Hey, welcome back, my YouTube friends, to my file folder Lapbook Folio album that I've been teaching you. This is part 5 of me teaching you how to make this folio album, okay? So if you haven't caught the complete walkthrough of it, I will put it down in the section, down in the description of the video. I will also put part 1 to it down there as well, okay, in case you just now popping on and you're like, oh, whoa, wait a minute, I want to make this. So I'll put part 1 and where you can purchase this tutorial so you can have the cutting guide right along beside you, and it's yours to keep forever. Okay, all right, so in the last class we got piece K done, and then we done piece S and T. And yep, S and T. So this side is all done. These pages are our base pages are done, except for the add-on elements that we're going to do, and that'll be in the next class. In this class, we're going to construct back here, and it's same pieces that's here, but it's less pieces. Okay. So in this one, you're going to need two, either bottom or top. I chose a bottom and I chose a top just to keep my file folders kind of even, so I don't have a whole lot of tops left or a whole lot of your bottoms left. Okay. All right. We already done piece K. Okay. Because when we done it, you should have made 2 of them. So we're going to be using that piece. Okay. So let's go to piece C and D. Okay, C and D, which is a top and bottom file folder. Okay, so I'm just going to trim just where it starts to round off. Okay, just so I can get a straight edge. And from the long tab side, I'm going to cut this down to 5 inches. Okay. And then cut this piece down to 10 and a half. And I'm cutting it off the long tab side. Okay. Oh, I don't have my sticky notes. Just a second. Let me go grab my sticky notes. All right, so this is piece C. Now, piece D, we're going to cut 6 inches from the tab side. Oops, I need to get my straight side that I cut. So cut this at 6 inches. Okay. And if you would happen to have any questions about any of this, please feel free to ask me. I'd be more than happy to try and help you figure something out. If you just couldn't catch something, I'd be more than willing to help you out. Okay. Save this piece. We'll use it. Now I'm going to cut this piece down to 9.5, and I'm cutting it off the this part here. Okay, so cut this down to 9.5. Okay, that is piece D. Okay, now we need piece I and J. And again, it is a top or a bottom. It doesn't matter. Okay, so again, I'm just going to trim just to get me a straight edge. We're going to cut from the tab side at 7.25 inches. Okay, from the tab side at 7.25 inches. And then I'm going to cut this down to 9.5. Yeah, the right side doesn't have as much as the front side, so it's just a little bit less. Okay, this is piece I. Piece J. We're going to cut the tab off. Okay, I'm cutting the tab off. Okay. Trying to see which one was my cut end so I can have a straight line. This end. Okay. So now cut this down to 6 inches. Okay, cut this down to 6 inches. And then I'm going to cut it down to 9.5 inches. Okay. And that is piece J. All right, save that. And that. We'll see what pieces that we use. All right, piece J. We are going to score on the 6-inch side at 1/2 inch. Five eighths and 3/4. Okay. Piece I, we're going to do the same thing. So 1/2 inch. Oh, I should have made sure. Let's see. This one is opposite. Tab at top. So tab is at the bottom. Okay. So 1/2 inch. 5 eighths and 3/4. Make sure your tab is going to be at the bottom. Okay. Piece J, I do not round. Okay, piece D, we don't do nothing to it. Piece C and D is going to be opposite of how we done it in the other one. Okay, so piece C and D. So long tab was at top, so we're going to put the long tab at bottom this time. Okay, long tab at bottom. And tab side at top. Okay. All right. So now you're just going to score 1/2 inch on each end. Okay. So piece C, we do nothing to it. I'll go ahead and round. Make it, my thing needs emptied. All right. So piece C, tab is at top on this one. And then this is at the bottom. Okay. So you're going to fold and burnish. Okay. Now we need to, okay, so tab, need to figure this out. This is piece, oh my gosh, I got C and D. D is the piece that is 9.5. Okay, so, sorry. Because we got to figure it out how it's opposite, and it attaches the opposite way. So I want my tab to be at bottom, my tab at top. So I need to turn. I need to switch these. Okay, and that's okay. Okay. So tab at top, we're attaching over here and then here. So let me move this piece to the back. Okay. Gets a little confusing. Something ain't right. I got something too long. C is 5 inches. I have it 5.5. That's why. I knew something was wrong. This is 6. C is 5 inches, and I cut it at 5.5. Oh, I know. I was doing the tab thing. That's what I was doing. We didn't even need to do that. Okay, so C is at 5 inches. Okay. So it's going to attach right here on top. It fits, so I'm going to go ahead and glue it. Alright. Now this is going to attach to our hinge. Okay, it's going to attach right there. Should we just go ahead and... Okay, let's give it a whirl. Hopefully it fits. It's almost just a hair. Alright, I see. I didn't taper this one corner here very good, so I'm going to retaper it. Okay. Okay. We are good to go now. Okay. So I'm going to apply my glue. And I'm just applying the glue on the bottom side, not the top side, because it's just like the other side. We had a piece that attached that will still attach to this. So I'm just gluing the bottom side. Okay, attach it just up to your score line. All right. All right. Piece J, you're going to fold on your score lines. Fold and burnish. Then that middle one, you're just going to pop up. furnish. Okay, now you're going to taper these just to that very first score line. This is going right there where C and D was just attached. Okay. So right here is where it's going, and it fits. Yay. All right, so I rounded my other one, so I'll round this one. Okay, so now I'm going to apply glue to both sides. Okay. Just up to that score line. Do not go over. Okay. All right. Okay. So now I'm going to fold back on that gusset that we have there. Okay. There we go. All right, so there's piece J. Now piece K that we done in the last class, I'm just going to put that on the back, is going right here. It has our pocket. Okay, it's going right here. Let's put these this way. There we go. This is going to go right along that very last score line of piece J. Okay, right along. So what you're going to do is you're just going to glue 3 sides. Okay, just make sure your gussets are all up. Make sure your gussets are all up. All you have here is this pocket, and I'm going to take this off of here. Okay, and I'm just going to glue 3 sides. Okay, right along that last score line of piece J. Okay. And that was a little off. Crap. I'm just going to lightly just kind of see if I can't get that straightened up. I don't know if I can. Okay. Got it. Yeah, where this piece here attaches, you want to make sure that she's lined up. And I think I'm just going to trim just a hair off this. There we go. All right, piece I. You're going to fold on your score lines and burnish. And then pop this up. All right, so I'm going to bring it back to my 1/2 inch. And piece I think I got to fold it the other way. Tab up top. Well, really, it doesn't matter. I can do, well, no, see, I have a tab at top already. It needs to be on bottom. So I'll just fold it the other way now. Because you want the tab to be at bottom. All right. So now I just want my 1/2 inch. I guess it's all on top. And this is going to attach right where the front cover met this spine piece. Okay. Make sure your gussets are up. Line this piece up. Just make sure you don't go over. My piece just went just a hair over. I don't know if I can trim that off. There. Got it. All right. So on this one, you have piece K. You have this pocket in the middle. And then we will attach these triangles here. And then you have a pocket here. Then you have a pocket here on piece C and D. And then you have piece I. Then we got some pockets inside of here. Okay. And it's any folder. Well, either a top or a bottom. Okay, either a top or a bottom. Not a middle one. Okay. So you need to make 2 of each one of these. Okay, so first I'm going to just get me a straight line to cut with. I'm going to cut right down the natural fold line. Okay, right down the natural fold line. Okay, so now, yeah, I think that one's okay. So now I'm going to cut this at 5 3/4. Okay, 5 3/4. Save that piece by 8 1/2. Okay, so there is piece S, or piece U, I'm sorry, piece U. Okay, now I am going to cut a little bit of that off because it's a little bulky. Save this piece because this piece is going to go here. Okay, so save this piece. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this down to 5 3/4. Save that piece down to 8 1/2. That is piece V. Okay, so we need to do that again. Okay, so I'm going to cut just my straight line right down the middle. That piece is okay. So I'm going 5 3/4 by 8 1/2. Okay, save those. So that's piece U, piece V. So I'm just going to cut just a little bit off here. Go 5 3/4 by 8 1/2. Okay, that's piece V. Now piece W is these pieces left over. We're going to cut these down. I'm going to cut it down to 2 3/4. So you're just cutting off just a smidgen by 4 1/2. And we're going to score these at 1/2 inch. Let's go ahead. Let's score those. Let's see what we get. Okay, 1/2 inch. Scoring 1/2 inch. So at 5 1/4. So you're just scoring 1/2 inch. I'm just scoring on this side because that's easier. Okay. 1/2 inch. Half an inch. And 1/2 inch. All right, so I'm going to fold on my score line. Oh, I got to plug my. Good thing that dinged at me. Otherwise, we would probably been disconnected. We would have been disconnected. That would have been, oh crap. Okay, so fold on all 4 of these pieces. Alright, so these pieces, I've got it where we cut it down to 4.5. Is that what? We could go almost 4 3/4 instead. Actually, all right. Let's go 5 inches. Okay, let's go 5 inches. All right, so that is piece W. And I only do them on the front ones. I didn't do it on the back ones. Yeah, I did too. So we need all 4 pieces. Sorry about that. All 4 pieces. All right. So 2 of these is going to be on the front, because these are exactly the same. So it doesn't matter what we use. Okay. And there's my W. Okay. So on the inside front cover. Inside front cover. I do round these. And about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge, I'm placing, okay, the first one is going to go on top. Okay. About 1/8 of an inch away. Make sure you're right along the edge of your top. About 1/8 of an inch away. Okay. Then the next one, U or V, it doesn't matter. Again, about 1/8 of an inch away. Oh wait, no, we got a 3/4 of an inch away. Okay, so 3/4 of an inch away from where you just attached. So I'm just going to make a little tick mark. Okay, 3/4 of an inch away. And right along the bottom. Okay. Right along that bottom edge. Okay. All right, now you can put the pockets on. Now's the time to decorate if you're going to decorate. And I'm going to attach mine like 5/8 from the bottom. So I'm going to make a little tick mark at 5/8, and then 5/8 here. Well, I guess I want to decorate first, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put paper clips. But yeah, you'll decorate and then attach your pocket. And you don't have to. I didn't decorate mine. I just stuck some stickers and stuff there. Is what I'd done. Okay, we're doing the same thing to the inside front cover here. Okay. So the first one goes at top. About 1/8 of an inch away. Make sure she's lined up at the top. And mine kind of overlapped here. Okay, so the other one around the corners is 3/4 of an inch from this one. So I'm just going to make a little tick mark. Okay. So then I'm going to place this one here at the bottom. All right. And then piece W. We'll just staple those here, because we'll need to decorate those first before we attach those. So what we have left, we got the elements that are going to go on these pages. And there's some pretty neat elements. So we got those yet to do. And then I've got quite a few scraps like this that we can make pockets out of. We can make flaps. So yeah, I've got all kinds of pieces over here that we can incorporate in here. So we have another, yeah, because this here has to be decorated before we can do our elements. So in the next class, we're going to decorate these, and so we can get our elements made and put on here. Yeah. And then I'll figure out where we're going to do with all these other pieces that I have over here. So we got 3 or 4 more classes probably until we get the whole thing finished. There's what we've got so far. There's our pages. And see, that's why I backed off the front, because it got pretty chunky. So I backed off a little bit on the back one. But hopefully once we get it all decorated, it all works out, because it worked out in my other one. I mean, yeah, that one kind of pushes on that first page a little bit, but that's okay. That's not going to hurt nothing. So that, we still got a little bit left to go. So yes. All right. That's all I have for you. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I hope you want to make this, because it's a wonderful, wonderful lap book. So we'll be talking to you guys later. As always, keep scrapping. Bye-bye.